Okay, I'm back now. I got my also not very good contouring powders, as I call them. They're actually a blush set, but once again, because I'm so pale, a simple brown blush is all I actually need to contour with. I don't do major contouring like most makeup artists do. I keep it very basic, very simple. Once again, this is everyday wear makeup. This isn't the major stuff. Although, granted, there's not much of a difference for me. It may seem like when you see all of those big makeup people on YouTube that they use all this really expensive and complicated stuff to do their contouring and their basic makeup. It's not even saying that's every day. Keep it simple, especially if you're not trying to do any of this kind of thing for a living, and if you don't need to look like you stepped off the runway for a living, then just keep it simple and keep it cheap, because makeup gets really expensive after a while. And even stuff from Dollar Tree or Walmart or anywhere really can be good makeup. As long as you don't buy children's makeup. I made that mistake a few times. Anyways, on to my basic contouring. And if it seems like I have dark circles in my eyes, I actually don't. It's really just the angle of lighting in here. All I have is the overhead lights up here. And those do not do justice. I will be moving into a better room to actually show the finished product with better lighting. I just have a good mirror in here. And hopefully decent acoustics, I suppose. It's a bathroom, so lots of echo. Also, my boyfriend's in the other room playing a video game, and I really don't want to interrupt him, and he can get loud sometimes during his game, so I didn't want him to interrupt me either. Now this is, I can never pronounce this brand, but Estee Lauder Deluxe All Over Face Compact. And the two colors I'll mainly be using are the Soft Matte Bronzer and the Pink Kiss, which are which is Bronze Goddess and Tender Blush, I think. Yes. And the other colors in here are Nude Rose and Fresh Plum, and those are these two that I will not be using, these two that I will be using. I love this compact. It's actually quite nice. It's very lovely. Although I've dropped it a few times and this comes out now. I no longer have the brush for it. But like I said, this is not anything major. This is simple. Now, I don't do much. I keep it very mild. I mostly just contour my cheekbones and then right here on my nose to make my nose look thinner, which it does very subtly. Like I said, I don't do any of the big, major, drastic face shape changes like most folks do. I'll occasionally do down here just to give my face a little bit better curve to it. Make it look more feminine. It does a little. It does exactly what I need. Just a little blush to pink up my poor pale cheeks. Not very obvious in this light that I even did anything, but there is a difference there, and I did. Oh, my nose is a bit more obvious. Let me settle that down a little bit. Okay. And next, I move on to my eyeshadow, which I actually have some decent makeup for this. I have a Mary Kay Mineral Eye Color Quad in Sandstorm. Now, I've used this quite a lot, so the colors are not quite what they used to be. Whoops. Of course. Of course. I've used this quite a bit. I actually need to pick up some more. And I've just got a basic fluffy brush. All I have is a three brush set that I actually was given as a gift. My little angled brush, which is great for doing my eyebrows. My fluffy brush, which I do everything with. No, I do not know brush types. I've never learned. I'm going to be learning. I have friends who are into makeup who can teach me. So eventually I'll be more professional with this, I hope, than my fluffy brush I showed you all earlier. Okay, so I just use my little fluffy brush, and I take the lightest shade right here, and that goes up here in the arch area underneath the eyebrow, just to lighten it up a little. Okay, there we go. And then I do not actually use the two main colors in here. I have a different set for my eyelid. It's a baked eye trio, also Mary Kay at Play. It's called Out of the Blue. I will be using the very sparkly bronzish color over here. And one thing I did was I did not powder on my eyes earlier when I covered my face in a whole bunch of powder, because the Beauty Benefit cream actually leaves a slightly sticky surface for the eyeshadow to adhere to better. So it actually stays on better. I have had some problems with some of my cheaper makeups actually staying on my eye when I do this, or if I use a white eyeshadow crayon. It also gives it a good surface to adhere to, and it actually does a really interesting sparkle. And then I don't have any problems. Okay. Once again, I'll show this all in better lighting. I'll be taking a lot of pictures on my social media pages and posting them. Probably with a lot of Snapchat filters. I really like the filters. And so you'll be able to see all this a lot better when I'm in different lighting. Whoa. Nobody saw that. No, everybody saw that, I know. Now I take care of my crease with this dark brown over here. Very chocolatey color. You don't need much of it, and just put it right there in the crease. It'll look kind of messy at first. And just kind of blend it in a little. I like to wing it out for when I do my winged eyeliner. This just helps shape the eye a little bit. Give it more depth. I don't have much technique here. Everything I know I was taught by my mother, my grandmother, and a few assorted friends, and some things I've just picked up watching YouTube. Nowhere near professional. I probably am not doing any of this right, but it is how I do my makeup on a day-to-day basis. It is my day-to-day routine. Just a little bit. There we go. Now I have an LA Colors Graphics eyeliner. It's a liquid. It is so faded I cannot actually read the label. I could barely make that out, but it's just in regular black. It's actually running out. Oh no. That's my good one. I have to get some more. Then I actually need to have my mirror to do this part, so I'll be over here. Now, I do not do my winged eyeliner the same way most do. I keep it a simple line. I don't triangle it up in the corner like some do. I tend to have mine kind of thick for day-to-day wear, but you can do it a lot thinner than I do. I only do a very slight wing following the natural curve of the eye. Fill in a little bit down here. I'll fill it in a little bit more down here in the corner once I do my pencil liner on the bottom lash, or bottom lash line. Let me rephrase. I actually tend to go in and touch up my eye makeup a little bit after this to see if I need it to pop more. You learn a lot once you start putting your eyeliner on. Actually, I can do this over here. I tend to try to keep really tight into the lash line so there's not much of a gap, because I have blonde lashes naturally. So my lash line tends to come out very obvious. And I can usually see an obvious gap, so I try to keep as close to the lash line as possible. Like I said, this is actually running out. Sorry about that. There, that's better. So to kind of make it thicker towards the end part here, and then thin it out again on the actual wing. Let's go out a little bit further. Okay. I try to get them as even as possible, but it's not always possible. See, I keep it just a simple line, which can come out looking kind of elegant. It keeps it simple, easy, and painless, generally. And usually once that's done, I go in and I touch up my eyeshadow just to make it pop some more. Try not to get it actually on the line of eyeliner because it will dull the color. It's gonna also make it pop a little bit more once you actually put it on. Alright, and then I move on to a pencil liner for my lower lash line. I do it right on the waterline. Most would recommend not doing so. That's just how I've always done it, ever since I was younger. And I use an LA Colors eyeliner and eyeshadow dual pencil, smoky. I actually do not have the lid for this. The other side's a gray crayon. Not using that today, just my poor mutilated little pencil that I actually dropped prior to making this video. I just run this lightly along the lower lash line. And right in the corner. I have a lot of goth influence in my makeup, and others would consider it scene or emo, whatever you would like to call it. I have a lot of dark influence. I tend to prefer my makeup to be dark. So I always do all around my eye. I like my eyes to pop. I've been told they're my best feature. I do not know if this is accurate or not, but it's what I've been told. I make them pop. I usually do it with a lot of darkness. I tend to connect these and thicken this up down here a little bit just to give it more uniformity and, make it actually connect. And with that, the eyes are almost done. Where's my mascara? There it is. I do not actually know which kind this is. Try to read this here. This is also very old and very faded. Oh, Revlon Grow Luscious Waterproof Mascara. I didn't actually know this was waterproof until just now. This one actually is really good for my use. My eyes tend to water a lot, so waterproof is always good to do. Now, this is also something I was told not to do, but I do anyways. I have a strict mother who would not allow me to do most things. She would tell me not to do my lower lashes. Whoops. Don't forget if you have little mistakes like that, especially if you're making a video. Accidentally touching your mascara just above your eye makeup is nothing to freak out about. Okay. I tend to apply this very thickly because I like thick, dark lashes and because it's also getting really old. One good technique to get it really thick and long is to run it along sideways. And I go down to my lower lashes. I am one of those who blinks with my makeup. Yes, I am. This also helps to pop the eye, make it look bigger. As you can see, the two differences here. You can always adjust this to your preferences. See what I mean? You can always adjust this to your preferences. If you don't want to pop your eyes, don't add as much black. Maybe go with a brown for both. Or even a clear mascara if you don't want to pop too much. Or you can even go more dramatic than I am. You can drag the color up through here. I don't tend to do that. I don't know why I don't. I just don't. You can drag the color up through here. Bigger wing, thicker eyeliner. This is just a basic rundown of what I like to do. Go and do another little bit of this. Now, I've had most of my makeup for a very long time. A lot of it is quite old. Like this mascara is about to run out, and it's also getting kind of dry, but it still works and serves its purpose. For big dramatic pop to the eyes, in fact my eyes are the most noticeable thing on my face right now. Alright, then I have my handy dandy old eyelash curler. not much of a difference. My eyelashes are quite curled upwards already. Now I'm going to do this off of the camera because it's a little difficult, but I'm now putting on my fake eyelashes, which I will admit are quite cheap and are very much from a children's makeup set, but they're not bad. I mean, look at how thick these are and how long they are. They're quite lovely. I actually have never used these before. These I just found the other day. Didn't even know I had it. I was actually throwing out the Monster High makeup kit because it was pretty much empty. And I found them in there. I hadn't used the kit in a very long time. Okay, now this is not recommended. I do not recommend that you do this. I'm using a Spirit Gum adhesive, which is a typical special effects SFX adhesive. Good for theater and such. But if you want to know how to do it this way, you can. You have to have a remover for this. You cannot just peel these off your face. That will hurt. You have to have an SFX Spirit Gum adhesive remover. I do have a big bottle of that, thankfully. You put it on with its little brush. It's very much like a fingernail polish. Do not mistake it for fingernail polish. I've made that mistake. And you wait until it's a little tacky, and then you put it on. Line it up with your lash line. Oh, that's not comfortable at all. Huh. Okay, I very much recommend that you do not do this. Do not use Spirit Gum adhesive. It's actually very uncomfortable. But that just gives a bit more of a dramatic lash. Hold that down so it actually stays. I managed to smudge my mascara a little, but I fixed it. Okay, this will actually stay better than some eyelash adhesives. Although it does sting a little going on. The fumes will sting a little bit in the eye. Don't be afraid if you have poor little bits of smudging like I do. It's easily fixable with your concealer. If you cannot get it off like I can't. Okay. And I always do just a little bit more mascara to blend the regular eyelashes into the falsies. So this gives a much more dramatic flair to the lashes. Let me go ahead and apply the other one. And tomorrow I'll be picking up actual eyelash adhesive, so I did not make this mistake again. I ran out and figured this was a good substitute. I was wrong. Okay. I seem to have misaligned these, need to adjust. Alright. These ones seem to be a lot longer than the other ones for some reason. No, that's just the way they went on. Okay. Very dramatic, I know. Okay, falsies on. And the last step in my makeup is my eyebrows. And, oh, well, and my lips. I almost forgot. Gotta do my lips as well. I tend to also keep this quite simple. I actually don't do much for my eyebrows. But because I'm doing my red wig, I will do my eyebrows in brown since they are very blonde at the moment. And not very shaped. I use my angled brush and my dark brown from my eyeshadows. I just draw out the general shape I wish to have. I tend to have mine more of a curve than most generally do. I just run that along until I have my eyebrows the way I like them. I mostly just do this to tint them darker so they don't look so out of place with my wigs or with my dyed hair. It's actually quite difficult to get even eyebrows when doing this method, but if you have patience and a steady hand, it can be done. And also if you're not a perfectionist, which I'm really not, as you may have been able to tell. Okay, this mostly just tints them darker. It's gonna look weird for a minute, so that's the reason it takes a minute to adjust in appearance. And now I move on to my lips. I always make sure, if I'm using a lipstick like I am today, I always make sure to put some lip balm on. Softens up the lips and makes application easier. Plus it helps prevent the creasing that some lipsticks can have. Sorry, I just realized my falsie was loose. There we go. And I'm using a ColorWorks Fashion lipstick. I actually do not know what color it is, but it is quite a lovely shade of pink. And it has hit the lid, of course. I just do a simple sweep. I don't really have too much fuss with my lipstick. Because I do not use a lip pencil or a stain, I tend to have to reapply. But that is perfectly alright. This is something I learned. To keep your lipstick from getting on your teeth, one thing you can do is you can take your tube, bob it in, right out, in and right out, there we go. And it prevents it from getting on your teeth. Now on to putting on my wig, which is honestly the most hideous looking thing ever. I should have put my wig cap on before I started makeup, or completed my makeup, but that is okay. Go ahead and put my wig cap on. I tend to actually put my hair up. Whoops. I tend to actually keep my hair up and out of the way even before I put my wig cap on because it makes it a little bit easier. I just throw in a simple ponytail so it goes up better. Now this can look quite ridiculous for anyone who has never had to wear a wig cap, and I hated it at first. But it is very much a necessity when wearing a wig, especially if you have such dark colored hair as I do at the moment. Try to make sure you get all of your hair in the cap. I tend to miss a little bit here and there. Keep it right on your hairline. Alright, there we go. And here is my gorgeous and in need of a brushing wig. It is... I do not know where my wig is from. It was actually given to me by a friend. And yes, I've made sure to clean it. If you're given a wig, make sure you clean it in any way you can, disinfect somehow. They actually do sell something for that, but I washed it in, because it's a synthetic wig, I used fabric softener to clean it. And it actually came quite clean. It's a very lovely bright shade of red, very reminiscent of the Little Mermaid. Flip it upside down and grab it by this part here. This part always goes on the top of your head. The rounded section here always goes on the top of your head. It's going to look really stupid upon first putting it on. I always bring it around to the front because that's how I prefer to have it. That's when you adjust its setting on your head. Normally I would recommend using bobby pins to help it stay. I'm not wearing the right wig cap for that today, and I do not like using bobby pins. So I will just be putting it on. Do not do what I do. Use bobby pins to secure it if you're going to be leaving the house. I am not, so it can just set. Always give it a good little bit of a brush to help settle it once it's on. With a synthetic wig, you may have to brush it frequently, so carry a brush with you throughout the day if you're using a cheap synthetic wig like I am. You may need frequent brushings. Try to make sure you keep it settled on your head and so that your wig cap does not show. If you have anyone else who can help you, have them do a check to make sure your wig cap is not showing anywhere. And style however you like. With synthetic wigs, do not use heat for styling. They will melt because they are not real hair. They are like plastic. So they'll melt. So do not use heat. Use just hairspray. And it should stay if you use enough hairspray. And there we go. I will now take this into the other room so we have better lighting. Sorry, let me adjust here. There we go. Okay. So I have a different lighting in here so you can actually see some of the colors better. And so that the makeup is a bit more obvious. And there we go. There's my completed makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this very poorly done video. And hey, if you happen to like hearing my ridiculously high voice, or if you just like bad videos, go ahead and subscribe. Why not? Nothing to lose by subscribing. Bye-bye.